What's up, guys? So yeah, haven't made a video in a while, and by the title of this video you know that my finals week was the worst. Yeah, so my last video, ironically enough, was a dorm tour, just showing you what my dorm looks like this year. It was mainly focusing on like my and my roommate's room. I linked her in the past video, I'll link her again. But yeah, so I thought, why not make a video about what happened? So that's this. It was Tuesday of finals week, and mine and Melina's finals didn't start until later on that week. Hers started Wednesday, and they went through all the way through to Friday, and mine were all just on Thursday. So we were still at the point where, like, we were just studying, like, study, like, that was our focus. And, like, we work together. We also work with our other roommate, Abby. Pretty sure I talked about it in this video, but even if I didn't, there you go. There's that. And our fourth roommate, Allie, we don't work with her, but she, like, we're pals. Like, it's not, whatever. Regardless. Anyway, moving forward. So the three of us were all at work, and Ellie doesn't work on campus, so she just, like, she had a final and then she was gonna go back to the room, whatever. We're all at work. We all get Snapchats from Allie, and I was on Pinterest looking at stuff for bachelorette parties for no real good reason, just because I wanted to, and I didn't want to look at my study guides yet. I just, like, was like, I'm not in the right headspace to start studying, whatever. Regardless, we get these Snapchats. I didn't see them, and she calls me, but as she calls me, Abby, like, stands up in the office, and she's just like, oh my god, our dorm is flooding. And I was like, what? And, like, the second she said that, like, I looked at my phone, and as I looked, Allie, like, the call ended. So I was like, okay, crap. But Abby was like, look at Snapchat. And Snapchat, Allie sent us a video of how, like, by the laundry room, like, the carpet was all wet. And then it was this longer video, but I didn't have my sound on, so I couldn't hear what the video said. But at that same time, our bosses were just like, go, like, leave, like, you, like, it's fine, like, just go take care, like, that's where you live, like, go take care of it. So we left to go take care of it. So this is what we walked into, and you can see we have stuff on the floor. It is literally splashable water. Our closet had stuff on the floor, and here's our lovely bathroom. Now, if you look at the drain, you can see stuff coming up, but, like, how disgusting is that? So I came back to my charger, part of it in the water, and thank God it still works. So, like, A1, that's great. But then so my first concern was that, because as we were going back to our dorm, I was like, my charger's on the floor. Like, I know my laptop charger's on the floor. Like, and it's finals week, like, I need my laptop. So went back, that was the first thing I grabbed, and thank God it still worked. Like, super happy about that. But then I remembered my extension cord that has my phone and Apple Watch charger was next to my bed, which also had water. So I immediately just, like, went for it. Thank God I was lazy when we moved back in for from Thanksgiving break, because it wasn't, like, fully on the floor. It was still on, like, part of my bed, rested against the wall, so the water hadn't gotten to it yet. So, like, that's super great. So I got that out, got my comforter out, we both were just pulling everything out from under our beds. Like, we were just pulling absolutely anything we could at that point. Like, it was the worst. Allie went to go get an RA. Abby was helping us just pull everything we could out. It was horrible. And our bathroom had this, like, black, like, sludge / gunk. I don't really know what to classify it as, because I didn't touch it. Like, why would I touch it? So I can't tell you exactly what it was. But, so we went in there, we sort of just, like, we were just pulling out everything and anything. And then like I don't know if it was an RA or what it was, but it was someone who works for the housing area. She came in first, and she was just like, "What happened?" And we were like, "Well, like we don't know, like we weren't here. Like we came back to this." But in the bathroom, you could see that it was coming up through an extra drain that we had because we live in a handicap room. And because we live in the handicap room, there's no like ledge to step into the shower, so it's prone to leak out. And that's what the extra drain is there to pick it up. So, but you could tell even through like different videos that we all had taken that it was bubbling up through there. So, like, that was a crisis as is. But eventually the AD who lives across the hall, she came in and she was helping us like get everything out of there. So because our room is one of 3, not counting the AD on the floor that are occupied. Boys from the other 2 rooms started coming in, helping us get everything out. This one dude, Deus, shout out to you if you're watching this, picked up our whole mini fridge with everything in it by himself. And that was the single most, like, terrifying moment for me. Because, like, I didn't know people could do that. Like, he literally was just, like, boom, walked out. And, like, it was insane. Like, it was amazing. But, like, it was, like, part of me was, I was like, oh my god, like, that's terrifying that people can do that. But that's just a little tangent. Yeah, but appreciate everyone who came and helped us. But basically, like, we were just, like, trying to get everything out. Anything that was on the floor, we were dragging into our living room. Then anything that, like, was valuable, we were taking out. I started to go into, like, the panic mode of, like, grabbing things I didn't need to grab towards the end of it. Like, I grabbed all of my Vans cleaners. Not sponsored. Should be, though. But I like grabbed all of those. I grabbed my camera, my Canon camera, like immediately. My Polaroid camera got knocked into the water, but to my knowledge still works. Just like all of this was just like, it was just chaos everywhere. Melina got on her hands and knees and was pulling stuff out from under her bed. Luckily enough for me, like all my stuff was right by the edge of my bed, so I didn't have to like, all I had to do was really squat to pull stuff out. But it was just like, holy, like, this is happening right now. Like, what? But the AD helped us out a lot. Other people started to show up who worked for the school to help us, like, clean stuff out, figure out what we were gonna do, because we clearly could not sleep there. Like, there was still water there, and it was still coming up. Because we could still see it bubbling up. So, like, we needed to figure out a game plan. And one of the ADs who showed up, because we had 2 that came, one lived across the hall and then another one, I don't know where she, like, lives on campus, but she came, like, just to help out with the situation. And she was basically like, okay, like, do you guys have somewhere to stay? Like, do you have any, like, friends on campus who, like, you could stay with type thing? And, like, in that moment, like, me and Melina just had, like, without, like, verbally saying it, decided we were just going to go home. Like, because we both live close enough to where we could just drive back. Like, it wouldn't be a big deal. So we just had, like, it was basically unspoken that we were just going to leave. Like, it was fine. Like, it wasn't fine, but, like, whatever. And they gave us keys to a new room. Like, just so we had the option to even put our stuff in there, whatever. And, along with that, we got a $10 Starbucks gift card for the inconvenience. Our meal plan pays for Starbucks. So, like, what? But whatever. Oh, we went to this new room that they had given us the key to. And they said, like, the other girl knew that we were gonna be there. And then it was fine, like, whatever. So we walked to a different dorm. We went into the room, and immediately, like, it just, like, felt off. But it was, like, whatever, like, fine. It's like, it's a place to be. So we went into, like, our side of the room that we would be staying in if we had decided to stay there. And the lady basically just told us, like, you guys can go back and grab stuff, like, in the morning or, like, whenever, but, like, we couldn't sleep there. So, like, that was not great. And by this point, it's, like, 7 p.m. But in this new room, we were waiting with the lady. She gave us our gift cards. We were just kind of, like, hanging out, talking about, like, our game plan for everything. And as we're leaving to go back to our room, I decided I'm gonna lay on the couch just to see if it's soft. It wasn't, but to add to it, as I laid on the couch, directly above me, on the ceiling, was spaghetti. And it literally looked like someone tracked spaghetti across the ceiling. And I was like, So, and I could see where it ended. So I followed it the other direction to see an entire plate of spaghetti, including meatballs, on the wall. Like, this isn't a joke. There was, like, and, like, I can't fault the school for that. Like, they can't control what people, like, do entirely in the dorm. But, like, there was spaghetti on the wall. And, like, in that moment alone, I was like, yeah, no, there's no way I'm staying here. There's no way I'm bringing my things in here. Like, if there's spaghetti on the wall, no. But, regardless. So we went back. So our coffee table was in the hallway to make space. There was a ton of garbage. All of our stuff was in the living room. They brought in this big yellow thing to suck the water out. Our floor was dry. Stuff was on our beds so it wouldn't get wet. But they did clean our entire bathroom. So we packed up everything that we were going to wash that was in the water. And we put it all into Melina's car. And we both went. And we stayed at her house for that night because we both had to be back on campus at, like, the same time, so it just made sense to go together. And the majority of the stuff that was, like, in the water and wet were her clothes. So we just went back to her house. We did laundry until way too late in the morning. And we went to whatever we had to do the next day. We got all of our stuff done. And, like, we went back to the room because, like, we wanted to see, like, what was going on with that. To add to it, I would like to say, because our room flooded, I know this is partially repeating, but our room flooded. It seeped a little bit into the living room. It seeped a little through the wall into our neighbor's room. Across the hall, one of the boys' showers flooded, but not, like, enough to where it would, left their shower. And they cleaned that up themselves. The laundry room had the little bit of, like, water by the entrance, which our laundry room doesn't even have a washing machine or dryer in it, so, like, I don't know why. Like, that's why it was, like, kind of weird that it was coming from there. But also, the garbage room, where we drop off our garbages, our garbage bags and recycling, so they can just take it off from that one room easier. That room flooded. And the men who were, like, draining that room, we're in hazmat suits. Just a weird thing. But yeah, so we came back. No one had, like, directly really said anything to us about, like, what was going on. Me and Melina just, like, had decided, like, we're just gonna move back home. Like, not staying in the spaghetti room. We can't sleep in our own room. 'Cause I don't know, I'm trying to think, I don't know if there was anything on her bed. I mean, we couldn't sleep in there regardless, but all of the stuff that was in the closet was put onto my bed. Like, that wasn't wet or anything. Like, all of that stuff was just put onto my bed, and then we were just like, yeah, no, we're not staying here. Like, there's no point. So we went. It was fine. And then Thursday, it was Thursday. We got a text from Allie that people were in our room, like, in our room, doing measurements of everything. So likely getting new carpet, which is good because otherwise it will get asbestos. And then that's what happened in my dorm last year, which got demolished. So that's cool. Yeah. But basically, that's how that went. I still can't, like, it genuinely felt like a weird fever dream that when we went back, I was like, oh my god, like, this actually happened. Like, when we went back to our room the next day, I was like, wow, like, this actually happened. This doesn't feel like it actually happened, but it did. So yeah, we cleaned all of our stuff out. Not like everything, but like the majority of our things we took home. And we're just kind of hoping for the best when it comes to next semester. From what it sounds like, it does seem like they're going to rip out the carpet and then put in new carpet. And from what we were told, this problem shouldn't happen again. But it happened once before already. Very minorly, I will add. Like, there was water just dripping from the ceiling onto my bed, but I, like, caught it fast enough, and it was dripping down the walls in our bathroom because my friend was using the bathroom, and he was like, the walls are crying. I was like, what do you mean? And then, like, later on I went in there and I saw, no, it's literally dripping down all the walls. And yeah, we had the campus police come. They, like, documented everything. Nothing happened with it, so everything seemed fine. Then this happened. Yeah, it's just kind of like, it doesn't feel real still, but I like posted about it when it happened, and I just figured this would be the easiest way to really talk about it, because I really still am in shock that it actually happened. Yeah, but that's life, I guess. I guess that's how it's gonna be. And I mean no hate to the school by making this, like, so that's what happened. I don't know how to end this one because I still don't know, like, how I really feel about everything. So enjoy me having a mental breakdown with my brand new Christmas light charger. We love mental breakdowns.